Okay, welcome back to By Grace Beauty. This is part 3 of the story about my father having a stroke. I am trying to keep these videos to like 30 minutes or less because I can run into problems loading them up in YouTube. So, this is so therapeutic. I definitely appreciate you watching these. And I hope that this is helpful to someone because it is helpful to me. And I hope I'm encouraging you to help your loved one and to help yourself. Okay? So, in the last part of this, I was talking about the G-tube and his feeding and how we were able to get him the proper type of feeding. You know, you just don't have to take what they're dishing out. It's not going to be easy to reject it, okay? But you have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing, and you may have to have like these family meetings with the healthcare providers as they'll call them periodically so that everybody can be on the same page. But make sure that you are an advocate for your family member, you know, and help yourself too. Like, give yourself a peace of mind. If something like this should happen to you, know what you can do. Know what you should be tracking. Know what you should expect or consider. Know who the nurses are. The charge nurse, who is the nurse that is supervising the floor for that night. See who the hospital administrator is. You know, just if you feel you need to go there, do that. Go to the leaders of the teams. You know, if it's the head of neurology, if it's the head of nephrology, do that. Okay? Go to the head of nursing. Whatever you need to do, don't feel, we always, some people say, oh, I wouldn't do that because you don't know, they giving the medicine and you don't know what they'll do. They'll give them an overdose. Well, I am believing that they're not going to give him an overdose because it would be too obvious and it's traceable. You get what I'm saying? And I will hope, and I'm not saying people don't do it, I'm just saying I will hope that people would be more concerned about their job and their family than to try to give my father an overdose, right? But you definitely got to keep your tone, watch your language, still be respectful, but you know how to keep your tone firm. Know what you're talking about. Don't lose focus. Don't lose your temper. Don't get caught up in a whole lot of rattling off because you're losing your patience. Okay, focus, focus, focus. And just like they talk to you, you talk to them just as intelligently, right, as they are talking to you. You will get more accomplished if you do that. Okay? You will get more accomplished if you do that, because now, well, they'll probably think that you're a little bit sedity, uppity, but I would be rather perceived as that than perceived in another way. Okay? Because again, this is my father that I am concerned about. Okay, so rehab. Woo, child. It took so long to took so long for my dad to get to rehab. It was 3 times they were trying to discharge him from that hospital, and it just seemed like every time we were getting ready to go, you know how you hold your breath like, we don't want nothing else to happen, we don't want nothing else to happen, let's get out of here so we can get out of this place. You know, even when we were in that hospital, we tried to get him transferred, but they would not transfer him. You know, and that's a hard thing too, transferring your loved one. If the hospital you're trying to transfer them to, 2 things. Number 1, they don't want the liability. You know, they don't want it. Let's be honest. They don't want the liability. So what they'll say is, this person is getting the same care that we would normally give them. What are they going to say different? Like, oh, we can do better, send them out here. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Even the one doctor, I guess he got so sick of us blatantly saying like we're not satisfied with the care he's getting here, that he went as far as to write, or I guess they go through an email system to the other hospital to get him moved. And they're like, no, he's getting the care that we would give him. So don't think it's that easy to get someone removed. Your primary doctor is not in the hospital. That's the other thing. So you can talk to your primary doctor all you want. Your primary doctor cannot get you moved to another facility. Isn't this crazy? Your primary doctor, if your primary doctor is, let's just say your primary doctor is aligned with ABC hospital group, but the hospital you're in is XYZ hospital group, do you understand that they will not allow your primary doctor to come into their facility because they are not associated or aligned with their hospital organization to treat assess or advise their own patient? Do you know something needs to be done about that? That's crazy. Your primary doctor know you, know your history, know your family history. Not you just because you don't put something on a piece of paper. You have nothing but just documentation, and most time you're not even really paying attention to the documentation. And if you don't have a loved one there like me or my mother, you have to say to them, listen, it's in his documentation. It's right on his record. It's right there. We've given you the list of medication. No, he cannot take that. You have to keep reiterating this stuff. Okay? Oh my God. Oh my God. You have to keep reiterating these things. These people are human beings. They are not miracle workers. They are not super scientists in most cases. You have to, like my father used to say, he'll say the doctors, they don't know nothing no more than what you tell them. Okay? So they're not going to know a lot of stuff about, can you take certain prescriptions as, what do you call it? When it's like fake. Not fake, but it's not brand name, generic. Certain medications he could not take generic. Certain medications he's fine. But you could not get them to understand that, and they will say, well, we'll just try it and see. No, you're not going to try it and see. I will bring his medication from home. You will take it down to your pharmacy, and your pharmacist can approve that this is equivalent to your generic version, and you will give him his brand name, because we do not need another setback. Okay. I'm telling you, I feel like this is still raw. This is still raw stuff. Be diligent. Have your list. Keep a record. Know what medication they are on. Don't go to these hospitals not knowing what your people are on. Don't do it. Have a family meeting. Write this stuff down. Put it in your phone. Put it in an email that sits on your desktop. Something that you have easy access to. Because I'm telling you, you don't know who they're going to call. Get your power of attorney together. The power of attorney is only good while the person is alive. Get one so that if you have a problem with your medical treatment, or you're not capable of knowing if your medical treatment is right for you, or you're in a situation that you can't respond, somebody need to be answering for you. You know, somebody need to know, hey, no, you resuscitate her, resuscitate him. Somebody needs to know, no, okay, if he or she is not responding to that, then no. If he or she is responding, this is what I know. You get what I'm saying? Have a power of attorney. You will, if you don't have a power of attorney, as long as this person is living, let me say this: make sure you have somebody who's trustworthy. This is the shameful part, because you need to take that to even their bank account, their banks, and have that presented to them ahead of time. What I've done now for my mom, because my mom was on my dad's accounts. For my mom, she's put me on her accounts. But I'm not going to be stealing from her. I'm going to put it on my account. Because you know what? It's not guaranteed that I will outlive my mother. But she need access to my funds to not only take care of me, but take care of my responsibilities. Right? Pay this mortgage. If something should happen to me, be smart about this stuff. Let's be smart about this stuff. And when we went with the power of attorney to the bank, they said it would be better to put a signer on the account, because your power of attorney is only active while this person is alive. Now, after they die, you can't pay their bills. You get what I'm saying? You have no access to their funds. You know, now you gotta go into probate and all this stuff. No, Put somebody on your stuff that's not gonna steal from you, who's not gonna take a trip on your money while you laying up in the hospital, who's not gonna sell your house out from under you, and you wake up and you ain't got nowhere to live. Be smart. Find somebody. Find somebody. And you know what? They don't even have to be a family member. If it's somebody in your church, a co-worker, a godchild, godparent, somebody that you know 189% they are trustworthy. Your pastor. Somebody who loves you unconditionally and only want the best for you. You put them down as your POA, you know, see about them being on your accounts. You decide on that kind of stuff. But do something. Do something. And make sure you have some insurance. Make sure you have some insurance, some life insurance. If your loved one was in the military, call the military. Call the VA. Find out what is due them. You know, burial, compensation, insurance, health care, housing. Find out what is due them. The VA was incredible to my daddy. I mean, 100% incredible to my father. So, I can't. I see. That's why I say I got so much to say about this whole process. It's a lot. It's a lot. So I was going to talk about rehab, but it turned over to like power of attorney stuff. Have that done. You can download these forms. You don't have to have an actual attorney, but you do need to have a witness. And the witness can't be your family member. It needs to be somebody who is not a family member, because I wouldn't, the person, I would say the insured, or the person who is being covered has to sign. Then the one who has the power of attorney is a signer. But then you have to have a witness to say, yeah, I witnessed that this person is saying this person should be my power of attorney. Okay? And maybe you need a lawyer for that in certain cases. You know, we certainly did not. Okay? But if you are like a single person and you don't have children and you don't have, you know, any other you're by yourself, then that's a different situation. You may have to go through someone really official, okay, and have that done. But again, that gives you the right when you go to hospital. They say you have power of attorney. You put it on there because if something goes wrong, they're gonna come to you and ask, "Can we do this? Can we do that? This is what's going on. We would like to try this." You had to make those decisions, okay? In our case, my mom made all the decisions. Of course, she would ask our advice. My father wanted to be resuscitated. He did not believe in DNR. He wanted to be resuscitated, and primarily because he didn't believe in suicide. And somebody will say that it's not suicide because you're a vegetable, okay? God is the control. He is the giver of life, right? So, perspective. Who are we to say, because I can't get up from here, because I can't think, and because I can't talk, and because I don't know who you are, then I should die, right? I think still God controls that, right? Now, not everybody in my family agrees with that. I don't want to make that choice. I don't want to take that out of the hand of God. And you can make that decision. I don't know, some people don't, because of their religion, they don't take a transfusion. They do not take blood from other people, So, this kind of stuff is serious. And when you think about what's happening now in the world with overturning Roe versus Wade and the whole thing with abortion rights and, what you do with your medical decisions for your own self, hey, I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because it's like, you want to be resuscitated? Hey, I'm not going to tell you nothing. You the doctor. And if you resuscitate me, that's on you. If you don't, that's on you. All I know is if I had a heart attack, probably because of my own lack of exercise or what I've been eating for, 60, 70 years or whatever caused it. Because some people have heart attacks 10 years old. We don't know. But whatever caused it, I don't want to be the one to say no or yes. And that's probably why I'm not, in the medical profession. I don't want to be that one to say, have an abortion, get rid of the kid. It's not a child. It's not anything at this point. Well, if it's not anything, then what are you doing? For real, what are you doing? If it's not anything, what are you doing? I'm just asking the question. You just want some extra fluid sucked out of you? I just want to ask the question. I don't know. I don't want to have 1,000 comments attacking me, but I'm just if it's not, they got these tests that say you are or you're not pregnant. So if it's not a thing, what are you doing? And then at the same time, I do feel for if you were attacked, molested, raped, and then we say, well, we don't know the mind or plan of God for that child. Should it live? You know what I mean? I just, help me. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. But blessed be the name of the Lord. Okay? So some hard decisions to make, given you are a power of attorney. Okay? Yeah, I know. I have all kind of comments on that. But I mean, it's a lot of stuff like they say. You know, if you're 10 years old, you gotta hurry and make a decision. If you're a boy, if you want to be a girl, you better hurry up, because if you ain't made that decision by the time you're 12 years old, then too late. I mean, it's like, where's this stuff coming from? Oh my God. Oh, I'm here to talk about stroke. I'm not here to talk about all these government things that they're doing. But 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 for real, like, that came up in a topic. Somebody wanted to enter college as the opposite sex of what they were born as, and because they hadn't made a decision before they were 12 years old, they had to enter college as, they had to apply for college as the gender they were born as. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So, anyway, I just trust God's hand on this stuff. I don't have a DNR I don't know. You know, I don't know what to do with that. But if my mother says she would not like to be, I would just say, hey, check her records, whatever she say. I don't want to make that call. God help me if I'm wrong. But I don't want to make that call, you know. And so make sure you have your power of attorney together, and your insurance together, your finances together. Know who you want to have on your bank account. Know who's going to pay your bills. Okay? Get your life insurance in line. Find out, you know, who do you want to be your beneficiary? And if they are your beneficiary, what do you expect them to do with that money? You expect them to pay for your services? Are your services already prepared for? Do you already have, oh my God, this I'm sitting down on the right day because I'm just flowing. This is another video already at 22 minutes. But do you have your lot picked out? Have you paid for your burial? Have you paid for your service? Do you know who's going to be on your service? Have you did your obituary? Do people know when you was born? Do they know what high school you went to, elementary school? Do they know your birth parents' names? Do they know who your siblings are? Do they know, like, anything about how you were raised, when you were baptized, if you were baptized, what religious beliefs you have? Get your own obituary together. Get it together. So that your program, when they have your service, they can just take that and add it to the order of service. And they don't have to sit up all night guessing or making you more great or grand than what you really are. Or that they don't miss anything that you want people to remember about you. Okay? Okay. This is going to be so crazy because people always complain about, or they make these comments like, I'm in the same shirt and I got like 8 videos. It's like, really? It's the same day. Yes, and I'm probably not going to change this shirt. So I'll probably have like 6 or 7 videos looking the same. But they're going to say different things. Okay? But yeah, get your stuff in order, man. Get your stuff in order.